What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with the Expedition of the Damned, our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition campaign. I, of course, will be your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick, and we have the full cast and crew of the expedition. If you guys care to introduce yourselves, let's start with Pierce Galactic.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Pierce Galactic. I play Wolfram Kistler, the Vampire Slayer, the Shroud Meter, and I'm hoping that I'll get an opportunity to deliver a special secret oil lamp tonight.
Indeed. Then how about we slide on down to Jumbo Smooth?
Hello everyone, I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He is a human wizard pyromancer for the Bright Order College of Altdorf, Jewel of the Empire.
Jewel of the Empire.
He is a broken man currently.
Broken man.
Walking back to his mistress in shame and defeat.
How about Doobie 209?
Yes, I play Henry Berthold, a knight who is broken in body and possibly in spirit, who has no idea what's going on in the group right now. Yeah, I wish things were better.
All right. How about Nate?
Hey everybody, Nate here, playing Lucien Levesque, human duelist, sporting rapier, and feeling not too bad, all things considered, after the last adventure. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Feeling pretty good. I got my new glowing magical necklace.
Hope you marked it down. That is a very special item. Okay.
I can sense it. You know,
it makes
me feel all warm inside.
You can just tell.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Dan Decker.
Hey everyone, it is me, Dan Decker, playing Nog Throat Ripper, who is surprisingly good at being a medic. So hopefully that won't come into play tonight because we're all going to be just fine. But yeah, I'll be playing he's Big Bad Ogre. I think I'm pretty beat up right now. But I do want to give a public thanks down to Mr. Jumbo Smooth for always helping me keep that character up to date. So we're ready to go. But yeah, let's get to it.
All right. Indeed. One bookkeeping thing. Lucien, when you claimed the necklace, you guys haven't studied it yet, right? No one's taken a close look at it yet. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I haven't given you guys that yet or not. So we'll see if that plays out.
No, the madam at the
she mentioned something, right?
Yeah, but we never figured out what it was.
Okay. All right. So, last we left off, the crew of the expedition has somewhat reunited. You guys came together at the Skinners after the excessive amount of surgery that was paid for by the matron of the Quote Cobra, after you successfully took care of a scorned lover that turned out to be some kind of ghoulish vampire, along with several other flesh-eating creatures. The matron, in reciprocation, gave you information on where you could find the shroud. And Wolfram, being one of the most healthy individuals at the time, was deemed worthy of taking Luther's place in the said meeting, who traveled with Nog as a bodyguard to a dubious spot to meet the notorious underground merchant that is said to deal in magic and who knows what else. He can get you anything you want and anything you need. A deal was struck where the Shroud promised to sell or exchange services with the expedition if Wolfram would take the merchant job that Nazaro had been asking you guys to undergo, and swap out the cargo with something he provided. Of course, there was also a promise of a bonus to Wolfram should everything go smoothly. But after the deal was struck,
I
Wolfram.
did it for Lucy though.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It was all for Luther. You know, you have no skin in this game yet. Regardless, though, there may have been a threat placed on Wolfram's life should he fail. In addition to many other aspects of this, so there is that. But as Wolfram reunited with Nog and headed back to Skinner's, all of you met up. Luther was torn asunder as he was coming to the final thought that he's gonna have to go back to his lady empty-handed with nothing to show, and we'll see how it goes. Regardless, though, that hasn't happened yet. We are going to pick up as Luther, you technically can't walk on your own. You have a negative. You're 3 levels of exhaustion still, correct? Yeah. So Luther cannot actually leave him on his own. He is healed.
That changes things. Things.
Technically, he cannot move until his fatigue conditions are removed. So you guys are, for thematic purposes, the man that runs that you guys have nicknamed Skinner, Evil Peltzer, basically told you guys that the matron had paid for your bill. She picked up the tab of all of the massive amounts of resources you have used to patch yourselves up today. And he basically turned in for the night because it is early morning at this point. But what would you guys like to do?
I'm going to run over to Luther and, my lord, I can help you, but I feel you are disappointed in me. Perhaps I did not tell you everything. When I was talking to this shroud, the list he gave me, there was forbidden scrolls, there was types of guardians. He said there was magic swords, so even Henry would probably want to come along. Suits of armor and many rings. That's why it took so long, because he listed so many different magic items. Only requirement is we must escort this caravan, and I must speak with the merchants at the end. That was it. So let's get you back on your feet so we can do this. Then your mistress will be happy with you, and you will still be alive.
Come closer, Wolfram. And I give him a kiss on the cheek. You prince, you saved me.
I'll blush.
I'll live. Better yet, that bastard Oliver won't get the better of me. Piece of shit. I can't do much now. As I'm just kind of laying on the counter. I can't do much now, but just you wait. In a few days, I will be ready for anything.
Are we all still gathered around here at the butcher's?
Well, seeing as how Luther can't move unless somebody's going to carry him, yes, you guys are still here for now.
No, do you still have the
Nog will always
baby
be
carrier
willing to
thing?
carry Wolfram, that's right.
Luther, why don't you take the generosity of Nog and write in the papoose thing? Yes.
Oh,
We
I could carry you like a little baby. You know?
Well, we need to find a place to spend the night. I don't want to go back to the villa for obvious reasons.
Perhaps there's
Even
a
in my
clubhouse
weekend-
nearby that we can use.
Perhaps some sort of inn, tavern of some sort.
What do we know about this area?
If only there were places that you guys have visited in the past that double as an inn.
Can anyone explain to me what is going on? Did we complete our previous objective?
Yes.
Last I remember, we were storming a house, and I woke up here in the butcher shop.
We have been given a new objective.
Another one.
It was a two-part objective. We completed the first part. We slew the beast. It was slain. If we need to rest, perhaps.
How did it go with Isaac?
It was a hard-fought battle, but Luther, well, he did nothing. But Nog came in and he beat on the creature and he distracted the creature so that I may come up and shoot 2 rounds into its head and finally remove its head from its torso and finish it off.
Why are we not returning to the villa?
My mistress is there. Unfortunately, I do not have the items she requires.
Don't you want to tell your feats of bravery?
No. I would sooner sleep in the alley this evening, paralyzed, than go back to the villa.
I thought there were rooms at the Cold Cobra, though.
I unfortunately, at all of your mercy, I don't have the strength to challenge you in any way.
Do we have the...
Anywhere but the villa is all I request.
There are several places to stay that you know of. Obviously, you guys, if you wanted to spend the cash, if you guys have it,
That's
to stay at the Coiled Cobra for the night, you can. It's not cheap
money.
to stay there
That's
for
my
obvious
word.
reasons.
Of
However,
course not.
I have 9 silver. So whatever that does.
anyways,
Let's just go find I thought we saw an inn on the way in.
there are
when we first
two
entered the city.
other more interesting inns. One of them is in the above section. It's called the Emerald Oasis, and you guys passed by it like the 3rd episode we were ever on. Nobody ever went inside. It's open air. It's really nice. It's in the more
Sounds quite
expensive
nice.
part of a town. It would be a nice, hopefully calm place to stay. The other place is the Watering Hole, the bar, the seedy bar where Nazaro spends his days whoring around, whereas many other members of the militia and then people on the docks. And it's also where a large amount of the headbiter ogres tend to set up camp for the night. So it is a rough and tumble tavern and / inn that you guys could also stay at as well.
I know a fine place that I've frequented several times already. A very upper class. Perfect for Henry and Luther. It's called the Watering Hole.
No. I will not stay there. I do have some money. I can pay, or possibly some, maybe all of your rooms. If for whatever reason we are not returning to the villa. I would at least like to return my horse before we go stay in some other place in town.
We could wait here while you return your horse, and then you could take us there.
As long as I'm not there.
According to my sheet, I have 1 gold and 2 silver. Whatever that buys us.
Yes, whatever that buys you. So what's the plan, Henry?
Seems like a lot.
Seems like a lot to me. Henry's gonna stay at the open air one in the nice part of town.
Okay. Are you dropping your horse off? Are you guys?
Yes.
Or you? Okay. So
I'm
you're gonna take your horse.
dropping. Yes. Henry's
All right.
going on foot on this adventure.
Oh Jesus. So you're gonna take your horse all the way back to the oh, shit.
The villa.
I've lost his name right now. Pucell's. Oh, not Pucell's. Shit. Roland Hoff's.
Yes.
Villa. Okay. So no one else is going with Henry.
I go or not.
I'm sticking with Luther.
He's carrying.
Now I will say, if you guys plan on staying at the Emerald Oasis, it would be in the upper section anyway, so you guys could all at least travel in that direction together. I'm assuming you would do so.
So I gotta come back and get you, then I gotta walk back again. That's too much. Too much walking for me.
So all of you,
Let's meet there.
yeah, you all begin to head in that direction. You make it into the upper section of the city. You see the sparse difference between the lower section
the poverty and the muck and smell at the below section of the seawall. That once you pass through to get to the upper section, it's almost like looking at a different place.
How far I've fallen.
It's indeed, Luther. But as you make
Look
it
at this palace.
Yeah, you make it into the upper section. It's beginning to it instantly smells cleaner. The streets are much more. There's no debris. You don't see whores standing on every corner. Not every corner. Perhaps a few. But everything seems to be
nice ones.
Exactly. Yeah, here they're a little more classy. And
Can't tell that they're whores.
Regardless, as you continue forward, you do find the Emerald Oasis. Even this early in the morning, you do hear. It's easy to find by the music. It is an open air kind of bar setup, and there is a almost like a what would you call that? Not really a lute. It's like it's an Eastern instrument. I can't think of the name of it. Regardless, though,
the
you're hearing like some there you go, centaur. You're hearing like some centaur music, and it's not the raucous revelry that you would find down on the docks in the watering hole, but there's a fair number of people gathered. Everybody appears to be in much nicer clothing, gathered around at this open bar. You do see that there are there's a individual behind the bar that has a thin mustache. It's very well groomed, and a goatee. Several rings pierced through his right eyebrow, and he's clothed in like these billowing silks that he has wrapped around him, as long as a very elaborate looking like head wrap that has kind of like gold and silver and jewels kind of embroidered along it. There's also a fair number of, while they are dressed well, there are a fair number of men that are wearing armor. Nothing, mostly like studded leathers, things like that, but they look to be either mercenaries or like veteran hired soldiers, perhaps, that do security detail here at the Emerald Oasis. There also is, I will say, there's also an accompanying house of pleasure, also that goes by the same name, that is right across the street from the open bar area, and this is also the inn area of this part of the city, as the Coiled Cobra is in the below section, if you'll remember. This is the high clientele area. Regardless, though, you all meet here. Henry, you're able to ditch your party members here for now. Head back to the villa. As you place your horses in the stable, Henry. Now, are you trying to like sneak in, or are you just walking in, doing your thing, and walking out?
Walking in.
Yeah, you walk in. So the guards obviously know who you are. You walk in. As you're moving to leave, a hand clasps on your shoulder, Henry. Henry, have you come to stay? Where's the rest of your friends? As your uncle is.
Sorry, Otto. They're staying at the Emerald Oasis. We have a job to do for the mercenaries.
Celebration, I see. Very, very well. I understand you were out in the thick of it for quite some time. When I was a younger man, I might have joined you, but... well, don't have too much fun, young man.
Yes, well, I have no reason to celebrate. My ribs hurt quite badly again.
Well, that's the hazards of being a knight, my friend. Henry, did the commander seem right to you?
Not entirely. I Ever since the night we rescued him, I've been having strange dreams about him.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's just a coincidence.
These could be ill omens. Perhaps there's someone after his life, or I'm not sure exactly, but I will try to keep a closer eye on him. I suggest you do the same if you're in his company.
It was the strangest thing, Otto. I felt, I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, the moment we were in, but he touched me, and I had this vision of him out in the desert, facing down the greenskins.
Well,
it didn't look as if he was going to survive.
He kind of like strokes his chin, rubs his bald head. Well, could be concerning. Also, my boy, I should remind you that you should not tell people that you're having visions.
No, I've only confided in you.
Good. Let's keep it that way. And he kind of looks around to see if anybody's listening. Very well. Well, go have your fun. Make sure to come back soon. We should be able to, with some of these resources, gather up perhaps some more men, maybe from the chapter. Maybe we'll be able to pull together some gold. Maybe run some protection details. Well, the commander will know what's best, of course. Hopefully he'll stay. He's not even staying here.
What was he saying?
He said he's staying in a lower quarter, some kind of almshouse. Strange. He said him and the men are staying there in the accompaniment of some merchant that has been running several of them to feed the poor. A worthy cause, no doubt, but just odd behavior. I didn't even think he knew the man before we got here. Acts like he's known him for centuries.
Have any of these survivors that were with him, have they been acting strange? You know them more than me.
Few of the knights, it could just be the battle weariness. Perhaps they're all just laying low and didn't want to get into a scuffle. I don't know if you've noticed, but the commander does not get on too well with the mages. There's been a bit of
They're a hard bunch to get along with.
Indeed they are. They think they run everything. They think that just because we were tasked with aiding them in this, that they are our masters, and that is untrue.
I will say, the one that I've been accompanying, this Luther, he has shown, in terms of wizards, I would say promise. He has done some miraculous things out in the desert.
Let's hope it's not too miraculous, Henry. Remember that the way of chaos is ultimately taint, and they should be purged if necessary.
I am concerned of him. I know these wizards can be on the edge at any moment. He might
I trust you,
fall
Henry.
in.
Should he fall to corruption, I take it you will end him swiftly.
I will do what I must.
Good. Well, I have took up enough of your time. An old man should probably get to bed.
You should. You're up quite late.
Have a fun time, Henry.
Yes. Take care of my horse for me. We should be back in a day or two.
The stable boys will do fine. And he moves to return to his quarters. After this interaction, Henry, make your way back. So, rooms for the night. As far as rooms are concerned, a room here is... Ooh, shit. 3 silver a night.
How many people will a room hold?
Well, being a high-class establishment, They have a maximum capacity of 2 patrons per room. Excluding additional services, of course.
What's the conversion of gold to silver?
We're doing it simple. We're gonna just do 10, 10, 10, just to make it easy, because otherwise it's too much.
Oh, I can afford 3 nights.
It's crazy in the book. It's like 12 and then 24.
There's like a weird. It's a weird conversion. So we're just gonna make it simple. 10, 10, 10.
I think we can afford it.
I can afford 3 nights on my own.
I can tell you
Sir
right
Henry,
now, Nog
I have
will
3
have to get a
silver I
room
can
to
contribute.
himself. He's too fucking big to sleep with anybody.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, King Sweet for no, that's right.
So to purchase the rooms, you guys are more than welcome to speak to the barkeep that I mentioned before, or you could just talk to one of the many waitresses walking around, cocktail waitresses basically, walking around serving individuals. Should you so choose. But we could skip interactions where you guys could have a conversation. It's up to you.
I
Well,
assumed
I
I've
was
already
thinking-
been talking to the cocktail waitresses.
Of course you have, Wolfram.
I'm thinking two rooms. I will bunk with Lucian and Luther and Wolfram. You've been getting along quite well. You two can bunk up with yourselves.
Luther, I will take such good care of you.
Lucian, I will pay for your room as you have saved my life multiple times.
Very generous of you.
Nog, do you want a room or do you want to sleep outside? I mean, you are an ogre.
Well, you know, it'd probably be best for everyone if I slept outside, honestly. You know, don't want to stink up the joint's fancy place. But, and that'll save me money.
You could plop down in the nearby stable where it
I was
looks
going to
like
say,
some
I'd probably
people-
take up close to the stable, you know.
Yeah, they have like
There's no room at
the
the inn.
equivalent of like a stable area where they
Now-
keep like livestock, horses, things of that sort.
I may need to consume a ration or find something to eat so that I don't eat the livestock in the stable.
I mean, there
It's
is some
been a while, I
livestock
think.
sitting there, Nog. I mean, if you'd like to.
Yeah, but I don't want to, you know, draw attention to the group. So I need an ogre ration at least.
You have ogre rations. You still have some.
I'd at least need to eat one for now.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say that you
Also,
consume.
do I still have broken ribs?
Yes, you do. So,
And 2 points of
Basically-
corruption, and I'm still blinded.
and now your blinded condition. That's going to get interesting, Nog.
Okay, all right. More to come.
So everybody here has been patched up. Everyone got patched up at the butcher's.
Butcher failed my patching up.
Oh, he failed you, Lucian?
Yeah.
Took an extra wound, in
Yeah.
fact. Yeah.
Okay.
critical
All
fail.
right. So, well, did you have any critical injuries that he was?
No.
Okay. Okay. Your critical injuries are the ones that are the ones I'm mentioning here. So I believe Nog was the only one that didn't get a good roll because it was for his eye. Nog, I could say you felt like an intense heat in your eye. Strangely enough, Nog, you don't feel anything. Not in a bad sense. Not like it's like numb. You don't feel any throbbing or any signs of infection setting in. However, your eye is unusable still.
So normal but broken.
Yes,
Yeah.
essentially.
I know exactly how that feels.
Yes. So, and that has to do with other things that have taken place. So we'll get to that hopefully at some point. Regardless, though.
I feel like it might be a intellectually distinct version of a flirkin.
No, that is not it. However, are you guys eating and drinking? Are you guys getting a woman or two for the room? I mean, that's a thing that is.
It's
I don't
late.
know.
I'm beat.
like, you know,
I'm
it's
still-
easy
definitely-
to eat.
We're
I'm-
definitely eating if, you know.
If there's food to be had, then yes.
Food to be had. You're looking at 8 copper per meal here.
Luther, I have enough money for the room, but
Brass, excuse me. We
I
say
have no
brass.
money
I'll wait
for
for
ale.
breakfast.
for food or ale. Do you have any money?
I do. I have plenty of brass. So I'll give them some brass.
There you go. How much brass? How much?
16, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
16.
All right.
For Wolfram and
So
I.
for Wolfram and
Wolfram,
Luther, you guys are
you wouldn't
brought
mind,
a full meal.
Feeding me.
You can lift your arms for God's sake.
I was assuming
Yeah.
just leaning over the table.
Here comes the horse.
Wipes it up.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you, Wolf.
Open wide.
Tilt my head back so I can guzzle that wine.
Exactly. It's been so long since I've had
I will say
Bretonian red.
they have a fair number of wines that they kind of just normally distribute. They also have a almost like a kombucha. They've got a couple other strange spirits that they serve here at the Emerald Oasis. More exotic for you men of the Empire.
Vinegar.
Vinegar. Regardless, though,
Stick with the wine. I can at least move my arms. I just can't move my legs.
you're too weak to get far as far as this goes. Yes.
Okay. I thought I was just completely limp,
Does someone need to spoon feed him?
Nog, you're not there. Nog, you're outside,
I
Dan.
I know I'm outside. I'm just asking. Can
Well,
someone
Wolfram-
please make sure that Luther eats?
Exactly. Thank you,
Yes.
Mark. Thank you.
Wolfram's taken is doing it. Don't you worry.
Need
Henry and
some
Lucian
brothy
have
gruel
decided
or
not
something?
No.
Does anybody, Wolfram? Does anybody want like a woman to come pay him a visit, spend a little time with him?
I don't have enough money. Oh, Wolfram does, of course.
What a
Especially
shame.
one of these expensive, high class.
What a shame, Wolfram. What a shame.
Yeah. Mm.
Couple of them hanging on your shoulders. You like go up to your room. And,
If only we'd gone to the watering hole.
that's true. You could have found a great Helga there.
Do you have a credit here, perhaps? I
Credit?
can work my way.
Get work my way. As you say that, many of them just kind of like leave. They just drift away to find other people. What? No! Where are you going?
Do any of them fawn over Henry and myself?
I will say
Your
get-
legs
now,
don't work.
Unlike
Hey, I
unlike
know they
the
don't
coiled,
work. I just like
unlike the
gesture,
coiled cobra,
This laugh works just fine.
you do get. Oh, Jesus Christ.
like Lieutenant Dan.
I'll say that both Henry and Luther do get a fair number of looks, not just from the waitresses, but also from several patrons at the bar. As there are several individuals here. There's one individual in question wearing a lot of finery. It is a man, and he has about 8 or 10 women with him. And a fair number of them in this harem give both Luther and Henry a fair few looks, to the chagrin of the of their husband, perhaps, who kind of like stares daggers at the two of you. Whisper something to a few guys with him. Mhm.
Don't worry, my legs are already broken.
As you take rest for the night. Let's see here. Okay. That's good enough for me. You will not need to roll anything, as you will have a successful full rest. You will get 8 hours of sleep, which puts you somewhere around 10 a.m. because you guys got here in the early
Late.
hours. Yeah, you got here late. But you are roused to wakefulness the next day. Nog, you wake up. I mean, you're in the stables. You probably smell like something probably shit next to you.
Because it
And,
did.
I mean, more than likely. And you're just like, you just kind of sit up, right as rain.
Yeah,
Each of
feeling
you,
good.
if anybody's missing hit points, you can roll a, I believe it's a toughness check. And you get your toughness bonus plus your success levels, endurance check, excuse me. Your toughness bonus plus your success levels in wounds back. Now, if you have any critical wounds, you're missing 1 hit point for every critical wound that you still technically have. You can't heal those up until they go away.
Ooh,
Okay,
I got
so
a
we're still-
1.
Me and
I rolled a 1.
Luther are still minus 1 hit point then.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you have a critical injury, you're still
10.
at least 1. Nog's at -2.
-2 what?
So you can't hit your cap right now, Nog, because you have 2 critical wounds.
Oh, so I can only get to 31.
You can only get a 31, yeah.
Okay, well I got to 31.
31.
Any
My
bonuses
cap
to that
is
endurance?
9.
What was that, Lucian?
Any bonuses to that endurance?
Oh, it'll be a +20 check. I forgot to say
Oh.
that. Yeah. You're starting in a nice place, so yes, it is.
Oh,
You
so
know,
we can. I mean,
You get to
even-
relax. You get to relax a
completely-
little bit, chill
Before we go out
out.
the desert, get our asses
I
kicked.
completely slayed it. Then
You wake up.
Could I also attempt to heal on myself?
Sure. Yeah.
Wolfram, I
if you'd
sure
like to.
hope this caravan comes, tomorrow or the next
Is that also
day.
a +20?
Sure. Yeah. 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 I mean, you're in a nice setting like this, so
Hey, I think I'm all right now.
there you go. I'm sure everybody else is doing fine at this point. Okay. With
Much
that out of
better.
the way, as you rouse to
I got it.
wakefulness, yes.
I got
Question?
a question. I should have went with Henry last night. Is there any way in the armory that there might be additional handguns that I might be able to re-equip myself with a handgun? And if there's not, that's fine. But I'm just trying to think. It's fine. It's fine. I still got my pistol is my big gun.
Why don't you
anyways,
give?
but-
Let's take it the chance, Wolfram. Roll me a D100. 50
Okay.
and above, nothing.
Oh.
49 below, maybe you find something. 87.
Oh.
Well, there we go.
The armory is empty. I'm sorry.
Turned away.
It's empty. Well, I'll say that you have Henry check. You're like, hey, while you're there, check, see if you check the armory, see if they
Thank you,
if
sir.
they got anything back in stock. Henry finds nothing. Did he even look? You're not sure.
Henry forgot.
He probably forgot. I guess with an 87,
he didn't even
forgot.
think. He was like, fuck it.
Fuck, he said, "Fuck it, I'm just going back. I'm gonna tell him I didn't find anything." And so, unfortunately, Wolfram, you just have your trusty pistol at your side. But who knows? Maybe we'll have something better soon.
It's skin shaded.
So, as you all
Terrible
rouse to wakefulness, I'm assuming you all gather outside. You lose 1 fatigue condition for getting a long rest. It means Luther gets to walk around at this point. He's only at a minus, he only has 2 fatigue conditions now. You can burn a resolve point to have that temporarily go away for a round. I would also like to point out that you all filled your water skins with a beautiful ale that makes your fatigue go away at any point. So
That's right.
there is
It's
that.
special, though.
I'll take it.
It
I'm
is.
taking that shit right now.
Yeah.
All right. Luther wakes up.
I forgot about the dwarven storeroom.
Yep, you guys, you've got your Bugman's ale.
Bugman's, yeah.
So much
Luther.
going on down there.
Now you guys only have 8 uses,
Oh,
so
okay.
there you go.
I'll mark that off. Yeah. This morning swig.
They carry him for no reason.
Delicious ale.
He's feeling braver now. Doesn't that give you like
well,
an
it does.
courage?
You cannot be afraid. For the next 8 hours.
everyone
Well,
feels
yeah.
very.
We need
nervous.
some of that before the Isaac fight.
It would have been a good one to
Dang.
take. so Luther takes a swig, and suddenly he's like, "My lady doesn't scare me anymore."
Of course,
I
my
got
doesn't scare me. I'm gonna go there and tell her a piece of my mind.
My mind, damn it!
You tell her who's boss.
As the rest of your fatigue
Yeah.
washes away, quite
You
literally.
break
Luther.
her nose instead of yours.
I'm Luther. I'm Luther Steinhauer. Damn it.
Capable man. This time. How'd you catch these hands, mistress?
You feel fantastic, Luther. all of you gather outside near the bar section of the Emerald Oasis at this point. The gentleman in question that I spoke of earlier calls out, "Ah, gentlemen, how did you enjoy your stay?"
Very nice rooms. You should be very proud of your establishment you run here.
Much thanks, much thanks. Zaid Nazir.
And the decor is above reproach. As I eye some of the ladies.
Yes, indeed, it is, my friend. It is. Perhaps me and you talk later, huh? Regardless, what are your names?
My name is Henry Berthold of Carroburg.
Empire Man. It was quite obvious, of course.
Should have been.
And
Lucien
you,
Lebesque.
Lucien. Hey, man of Bertonia. Ah, indeed. Man of the Grail, yes?
Pleasure.
It is, and you, friend?
Oh, I am Wolfred. I am a great warrior from the north.
Of course you are. Yes, indeed. I believe everything you say, my friend. And you, the, fiery one.
I'm Luther Steinhauer, apprentice of Mistress Raina.
You all must be with Expedition, yes?
Oh, yes.
The people with the red hair, they all from there. It is strange. We don't see people like that often. This your pet ogre? He kind of points towards Nog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Name's
Nog
Nog.
Throat Ripper?
Nog Throat Ripper.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Team medic. Cook.
You have to, oh man, you allow him to do medical surgery on you. That is quite you are brave souls.
I think he loves
He is,
himself.
He's quite versatile.
I believe anything you say, gentlemen. Well, I appreciate your patronage. Should you need anything, perhaps another stay, or perhaps you need a little information about city, you just come to Nazir.
That's very kind of you.
Very well. Yes, my knightly friend.
Should you ask him about the shroud?
Oh, hey, you do. You know, he kind of looks. You don't look for a man of such ill repute, my friend. That is how.
Oh,
you
I
get
met
in.
him. He's so friendly. It's strange, man. But no, I met him.
My friends.
Yes.
We leave Nazir alone. I feel like he.
I have somewhere to go now. You that is you got the great news. I need to go have a chat with someone. I appreciate your patronage. You guys have a great day.
Of course.
He turns from the bar, begins to walk away. He grabs a couple of his large burly bodyguards, whispers to them, and they begin to
Let's
follow
hurry out of
him
here,
as he
gentlemen.
walks somewhere else in the
Please,
city.
let's move along.
I don't understand.
Of course. We'll speak of it outside, perhaps away from prying ears and eyes.
Where are you guys going?
I was told we're trying to find a caravan that we are to.
Let us go to the market and meet the.
You were told
they've been waiting. There's a
exactly.
deadline.
Well, you were told to go to the watering hole to talk to somebody.
To the watering hole.
I will lead the way.
Of course, Wolfram. I know you know where it is.
So, the five of you
Away we go.
gather up. Quickly, Luther's trying to usher everyone away from whatever might be going on up here in the upper quarter now. You quickly move your way down through the seawall, going back down to the lower portions of the Sheik, the city of thieves, and boy, are they on display! It is hot.
Nog.
It's a quite hot day. There is a musk in the air. There's fresh blood's been spilled in some nearby alley. Nog probably salivates at the smell of it.
Especially with my keen sense, my acute smell. Oh, man,
Yeah, that is
just,
true.
This place is just abundant with.
You're down on the docks at this point, and you find the watering hole in all its glory. It at one point was a large fish market, and it's now a bar and inn. And you guys would know, because you've been in Lashik long enough, they probably average at least a murder a night. There are countless thefts, robberies, shady deals made under its very warped wooden roof. It's ran by a elderly Arabian man with grain temples that goes by the name of Sadi el-Kanan. His hair's pulled back into a ponytail and clothed in simple tan and white clothing. He keeps a dagger hidden in a large kind of like torque on his wrist that you've seen him pull every once in a while when somebody gets a little too feisty. He also has a rather large pistol that he keeps on his waist. His establishment is considered neutral territory, where all the ruffians and corsairs can fetch a drink, bed a wench, or fill their bellies. This is where the collection of ogre enforcers come into play. And they keep the peace, and they are, of course, the headbiters that Nog is very familiar with. And they are paid quite handsomely here to quell any disputes with extreme violence, which they gladly do. So as you come into this affair, it's early in the morning, so this place is like, it's not a ghost town, but the only people left are either unconscious or probably up to no good, scheming around, doing things. As you walk in, you see that there is a man on the floor. You're not sure if he's dead or not, but somebody's currently picking his pockets. It's kind of like rifling through his shit. You see the owner, Sadiq, calls out, Hey, you leave that man alone. Drag him outside. Don't do that shit in here. Sorry. And he drags him like out the door and just does it right there in front of the door.
Oh, I never.
As you say that, Luther,
What a quaint establishment.
a woman, a very large woman, with what can only be described as a face only a mother could love, stumbles up.
Hey, how you doing there? Oh, I like a red one. Oh, ooh, a little shiny night boy too. Oh, the
Madam,
things
a
I could
pleasure.
do for you. Oh, I won't
yes.
take no for an answer, my love. It may be early, but I've got a lot of miles left on these thighs.
I'm gonna walk over and put my arms around
Why don't
Henry
you-
and Luther and say,
Why
"It's
don't you
time for you to become
ride the
real men."
heat?
And she kind of like there's like a little motion towards you.
Take a ride on this heat wave, boy.
I've caught a desert wind.
I'm going to have to decline, my lady.
This is
I'm
unheard
feeling
of.
I'm feeling a little nauseous at the moment,
Oh.
and I wouldn't want to.
He's a poof, ladies. He's a poof.
As she
I
walks
have been
off.
called such a thing.
She walks off away from you. There's
What
a
is
couple.
wrong with you?
I think
Did you
she
not
just
see
called
that?
you dandy.
That was a close one. I feared for my life. Even the power of Pugman's ale, I
Today you have shown
was
you're
shaken
still
to my
born.
core.
What are you guys doing? You're just standing here after this
I'm
interaction.
shocked.
I'm
Who
gonna
supposed to
go up
talk
to the proprietor.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the proprietor and I'm gonna inquire about the caravan needing guards that was expected to leave.
Okay.
Very
So you-
soon today, whatever.
You approach Zaid. He looks tired.
Wolfram, my friend. Hi, man, you've been gone for a few
I know it's been a
days.
few days, but I am back.
I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you are here. There is a stool with your name on it and a beer for your hand. Eh?
Thank you. What about my colleagues here?
He
Even
places
the
the
two
beer
boys there.
down. He says,
please.
let's be honest, Wolfram. Your credit is not exactly stellar here. I'm gonna need at least a copper for this. Give me. Hand over the
I'm
brass.
gonna look
Hand it
over at Luther.
Oh yes. I hand him a brass. Here you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember
there
how
you
I
go.
carried you to the privy last night?
It
I
smells
did.
quite. The drink smells pungent, and it would barely pass as ale. That's not the best, but it'll suffice, Wolfram. It'll do the trick. Breakfast beer. But you take it. All right. Hey, you bring me a new recruit. Are you joining Headbiters, my friend? He points towards Nog.
Oh, I don't reckon I'm joining anything but these fellas right here.
Shoot yourself. You moving up in the world, Wolfram. You have Ogre Guard. Very good. Show strength.
Oh yes.
Nog
You should see
grumbles
all the
under
things
his
I've done since
breath
the last
about
I was here.
something
I have a whole
equal
entourage behind
status. A whole entourage.
So we were
Do you need something? What is a lot of people in here?
we were looking for work. I actually, my memory is hazy. I'm always so drunk here. But that there was a caravan that needed escorting. I actually do not remember the place it was supposed to go and who it was.
Caravan. And Nazaro was supposed to meet somebody here, I don't know, a few days ago. You know what? I think I can help you. Give me a couple minutes. He steps away from the bar. He points back towards you, Wolfram. Don't you take nothing, Wolfram. And he steps away. He steps away from the bar. I had a few. Goes to the back. After a few moments pass, and he comes back. Yes. Here we go. And he has like it looks like the equivalent of some tattered canvas that he kind of like hands to you that was rolled up. I was told to give this to you whenever you come back.
I'm gonna roll it. Open it up. As a player, can Wolfram comprehend what this is at all?
First off, it is written language. Can you read?
No, of course not.
Nope, Wolfram can't read. So you look at it. I'm not sure what the fuck this is.
I'm gonna. Listen, please. I need your assistance.
I could tell.
Over his shoulder.
I could tell.
It is just scribbles to me. I don't know what any of this shit is, but
Is it a
my
map?
guest.
It doesn't make sense.
Luther, you look at it. It is written in it's written in Reichspiel, but it is like badly translated, perhaps because he's not from the Empire. He's Talayan, and so it doesn't quite read great. Regardless, though, it basically says that his life depends on the success of what you guys are doing here, and he's very adamant that you get this done quickly as possible. It was dated a week ago, when you guys left. However, there's a caveat towards the bottom. He says if you miss the initial deadline, he says the only thing he really needs you to do is to go to this spot, and there's kind of like a brief description and a marking on what you would assume would be a primitive map of the nearby area. It says he really just needs you to meet the caravan there and get them through the gate.
Okay.
It describes a man that's leading the caravan. He is known as... Oh, please. Labib the Vulture. He runs a small band of tomb delvers that often sell forgotten relics to those that can afford it.
What was that name again?
Labib.
The Vulture.
The Vulture. basically he needs you guys to find some way to get them through the gate. That's all he needs.
All right. Can I get a rough estimate on how far away this spot is that we need to travel?
It's about 2 hours away from the city. It's not far.
Okay. All right. Doesn't seem like it's too far away from the city, gentlemen. Perhaps let's get some a few supplies and carry on. Carry on.
Supplies.
Are we supposed to get them through this gate?
I don't know if it was this gate or not. Is it? It
doesn't say.
It just says.
It says just get them through the city walls, essentially.
Okay.
You just need to get them into the city.
I wouldn't be explaining this inside the tavern.
Of course not. Okay. All right. That's fine.
So, everyone, let's. I'll just get some perhaps some water, perhaps some sleeping sacks. Who knows? Let's our camping, our gear, and on head on out.
As you move to walk outside, there is a man pacing back and forth right outside the doors. He has a hood over his head. Little curls of red draped down the side of it. He sees you walk out, and you see Oliver looking out from underneath his little hood. Luther, you did not return. You did not return to the villa. Mr. Stranus, she's quite concerned. She wants to see you immediately. She said that I was to fetch you.
Fetch me, were you?
Yes.
Unfortunately, Oliver, I have business outside the city.
I'm afraid I can't let you leave, Luther. You're coming with me.
Oliver, please, let's not make this a thing. I consider you a dear friend, and would hate for you to feel the need to accost me and carry me off in such a vicious manner.
Mr. Serena told me to take you no matter what.
All by yourself.
Lucy, please.
I am all that's needed. As he kind of puffs up his chest a little bit.
That man's a killer.
Oh, God.
Our business will take us no more than a day. Surely she can wait.
How dare you impede Luther when he is on a mission for your mistress?
He
He was sent to collect many specific items, and we are on a mission to get that right now. You must request your mistress to wait a little bit longer. We will return Luther when we have acquired these oddities and items.
You know, this one's quite flammable, Luther. As his eyes kind of like glimmer.
I
hate for anything bad to happen to him.
Listen, Oliver, in the city, please. The mistress will be very upset. You're not supposed to be casting such magics.
You see, there's a little glimmer in his eye now, Luther.
A person dies every day here.
Could it be me today?
Shit.
What are you guys gonna do?
Oliver, please. I am trying to help you here. Let me buy you a drink inside this tavern. Let's
I'm not going into your your filthy den in there. Disgusting.
Please.
How dare
Oliver.
you sully yourself to such low standards?
Oliver, please, don't act like you're some noble. I know where you're from.
I am a great wizard now, Luther. I'll have you know I'm set to get promoted soon.
Ooh! Sure you are. Sure you are, Oliver? And,
yeah, I am.
The hands of Luther clench very strongly on his staff.
I'm gonna make sure the mistress gives me you as my apprentice.
Oliver, please. Yeah, this
has got real my girlfriend's in Canada vibes.
Oliver, I would just ask that you give us a few hours before you show me off to the
He takes his staff and pushes it into your chest, You're coming with me right now, or I'll take you down.
Oliver, please. In public like this? This is not the way bright wizards behave. I look towards Nog, and I
Nog's
give him,
been digging in his nose this whole time. He hasn't said a word, so he's just over there like
It's
oblivious.
just waiting to figure out what we're gonna do. You know, sounds like we might go get the bust some heads for guarding this, getting through that. You know, food.
Oliver, please, I
See,
do not care
your
for
dumb friend
violence.
can't help you. He's too stupid to know what's going on.
Nog thinks he should feel
Oliver.
insulted.
Are you threatening me now, Oliver?
I am,
Are you going-
Luther. I am.
Well, Oliver. If you
Alright.
insist on taking
He's going to take your kneecap out at this point.
Okay.
All right, you might
I'm
as
gonna try to-
well
I'm gonna
try to
try to
dodge
drive up.
yourself here. You know, try to defend yourself at this point because you've taken way too long.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't want to have one of my teammates murder him in the streets.
Can I shove
Very
him to
good.
the ground? Can I give him
What?
a shove?
We'll see how this goes first.
That will be an 81 out of melee pole defense, 58.
So I have 4 degrees of failure on my attack. You have 3 degrees of failure on your defense. It's not pretty.
It doesn't look. It doesn't
It
look.
doesn't look
you know?
good. It's just like he just goes, ah! And Luther's like, ah! He just barely gets his stick in the way, knocks it aside.
Like a slap fight.
Damn it! Damn you, Luther!
Damn it, Oliver.
Damn you!
Oliver, please. I'll try to pop him on the head.
Give me an attack roll. He'll try to defend himself.
This
Oh,
is
God.
how you wizards fight.
I get a critical fail on his
Oh,
defensive
crap.
roll.
Oh shit! I got a
You just-
10.
He
Ah!
really bunked him.
A 10 out of 58. So that's one of those.
It's oh!
Does it
It is,
do
it is a
anything
headshot.
extra?
It is a headshot. It is a
He gets
headshot.
stunned.
Yeah,
He
he
gets
gets stunned.
stunned.
Yeah, he has to make a endurance
He's-
check.
He's
Which he
Gonna make our
confessed.
getaway.
He fails. He's stunned.
He doesn't
gonna
know where
take
he is
He's
now.
gonna take some damage too.
He'll take 7 plus 4.
You
I think
killed
he'll
him.
take 11. He'll take 11 damage.
11
dead.
wounds.
You
Yeah,
killed him.
plus pummel. I hit him hard.
He's not down, but he's like on the verge of like Luther hits him so hard that blood just begins to stream down his face, just like cracked his head open probably. He's and he's stunned and disoriented. He's just wobbling in the street.
Damn it, Oliver! I told you. I didn't want to do this. And then I'm gonna hit him again.
Oh my God! He
Why don't we make a run for it?
he can't defend himself. So go ahead.
Let's make a run for it. Don't kill the man.
Make me an attack roll to see if you even hit. You get a plus 10 to this roll, I think, because he's stunned. I think it's plus
At
10.
least done. Okay.
And you got momentum.
Yeah, you
That's
have
good
a point of
fail.
momentum.
Oh my
Fuck.
god.
You got a fortune point, or you can just let it ride. You know?
99.
Holy crap.
I got a fortune point.
Should have ran.
89. No, that was worse. But
Still better. Still better.
You
Probably
know,
for the
I guess. Yeah, I missed.
So, I'm gonna say that you miss as he's flailing around. You just damn it! As he kind of he hits the ground, clutching his head still.
Listen
Are you
to me,
going to
Oliver.
are you gonna pummel him, or are you guys going to leave?
We must make
Listen to me,
haste.
Oliver.
I'm gonna grab
You don't
his
know-
arm and try to pull him. Let us leave.
You can't just leave him here.
He's like, Cat. He's a bastard. I'm trying to give you the way out.
If you
As-
walk up to me
You
talking
chose
like that, I
this?
will leave you in the street.
So
Let's go.
as I'm assuming the 5 of you are leaving now. Then is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. You begin to walk away.
I
As you
keep my
guys
eye
get-
on him.
Yeah, you keep your eye on him. You get down the street. He begins to stand up, and you watch as the guy that was picking the pockets of the guy outside just
Huh?
clocks him on the side of the face. Just
Uh-huh.
oh, Oh, he goes down. He goes down and he starts rifling through his pockets. He takes a stick and he's like,
Luther turns around. He'll be all right.
He gets mugged right outside.
Is that how you wizards conduct business?
Yeah, I don't know what came over all of that. I mean, he doesn't have a
Not so civilized after all.
brave bone in his body. I'm surprised he challenged me in such a manner in the streets, surrounded by my close personal friends. Outrageous. I apologize for his behavior.
I was prepared to step in there, but you seem to have quite the handle on it. Well done.
I'm glad you didn't, Nog. I'm afraid you might have.
I would have eaten him. That's right.
I saw the look in Lucian's eye. He's a killer, and I knew that he might stab him. Henry doesn't like my kind, and Wolfram was the only one that I felt wouldn't kill him. But yeah, so let's go. I need to describe what our mission is. So I start describing the mission. I'm sure it'll be fine. He'll sleep it off.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You don't
He's
think
an alley
you'll
rat. He's an alley rat
you'll-
anyway. He's used to sleeping in the ditches.
your mistress
He'll
is
be-
going to be more upset with you now that you have not returned and her messenger was
No.
accosted
She
in the
will be
street?
so grateful with all the prizes that he brings back from this mission.
Exactly, Wolfram. Exactly, Wolfram. I can't return empty-handed. If I do and just show him your knights, Henry, she will burn me alive. So, we are to meet Labid the Vulture. A few hours away from here. Apparently, he is in charge of a group of grave robbers. And they have the various trinkets and jewels that will fetch quite a price. And apparently, the Zara has worked out some arrangement with them, and we are to get them into the city somehow. He did not explain how we should do this, so I assume it is up to us to figure that out. But apparently, the Shroud also sees this as a beneficial thing for him, so perhaps it works out for everyone. And I kind of like mark on a map. I share with Lucien because we're both pretty directional guys. We know which way's north, you know.
It's
true.
Exactly.
And so
it's true. You do.
And we're gonna try to. It's that way, and we're gonna try to get on out to the desert, just a few hours away. You know, get our standard supplies. You know.
All right.
I mean, we have
You
Bugman's
get-
ale. That's all we really need. But,
You got some Bugmans. You know, you grab a couple things for the road. You don't plan on being out in the desert for a day. even.
Not if we can help
What's
it.
the worst thing that happens?
We should plan
Of
on
course
it.
it can happen.
I know.
Plan for the worst.
You manage to get out. It takes a little while to gather a couple things, but you're able to get outside of the city with no issue. As you were leaving the city gates, the guards at the gates, the guard captain, this will be the one that you saw the first time that you entered the city. Kind of like strokes his long, braided beard. You leave again. Let's say that, there is talks that there is greenskin on the way here. Should you be outside gates when they get close, we not open them. Bye-bye. He just smirks.
Sigma, bless you, friend.
He seems horrible at his job.
Yes,
That man almost did not let me in just because I had that thing on my neck.
it was hideous.
I do not like it.
I don't either, Wolfram. Let's carry on. Perhaps one day we will show him who he is messing with.
Jesus, Luther's high on life right now after fumbling.
Just
It's all right.
He's very wolf
You know,
smack.
man,
You know, that's
Luther.
the thing.
I'm all hopped up on.
He's all hopped up.
Hell yeah.
He's all hopped up. He's ready to roll. All right. As you venture in the direction that the markings on the map, You pass into the arid desert, desert-ish section of the outskirts of Lashik. This is not like the true desert, though it is hot as hell compared to where any of you originate. Though you've spent at least a month or so here in Araby at this point, so you're starting to get a little used to it, slightly. So a couple hours outside the city is not going to be a problem. For Luther, it's not. The rest of you, it's miserable. In some sense, it is. Regardless, though, because Luther and Lucian both have that magical talent, I'll say you don't need to like make a roll to find where you're going. You kind of have a gist of where you should be going.
Mm-hmm.
And about an hour, 2 hours pass, and you see that there, in fact, is a small encampment that has been made in the area of where the caravan was described being. You do see several wagons, covered wagons, are in the encampment, as well as somewhere between 12 to 13 men. They appear to be roughly dressed, not matching uniforms or anything of that sort. They look like mercenaries or bandits. It's hard to tell. Regardless, though, do you approach? Okay. You guys aren't like sneaking up, correct?
No.
Okay. You begin to approach, and as you do, there's a gunshot, and a hole opens up in the ground in front of the lead gentleman here, whoever's leading the pack here. That's far enough. State your business.
We were sent here. We are going to escort you into the city.
How am I supposed to know that? You could be bandits.
On the
Oh
paper.
no, we are here to protect you from bandits.
How
Does
I
that
know
also
you're not
does?
a bandit.
Show him the paper, Wolfram.
I assume Luther has the paper, so I'm gonna take the paper and I will come and show you. But do not shoot me, or I will have to shoot back. And I will walk up
Good luck.
there and
Good luck, Wolfram.
show it to
As
him.
I pat him back.
Walks up. You see that there's a man, kind of like hidden on like a ridge line, not very like right by the encampment. He would have been almost impossible to see. He's got a large handgun that he's got pointed down.
Don't they have
towards
like
Wolfram.
Jezels? Or something? They have like.
He does.
Oh, is it
It is.
handgun?
It
Okay.
is. This one. This one is a handgun. This man appears to be. He has whiter skin, though it is tanned, like leathery. But you would assume from the way his facial hair, like scraggly facial hairs drooping off his face, and the clothes that they're wearing, that these are not men of Araby, by any sense of the word. These are probably mercenaries from different parts of probably the old world at that.
I can't read no damn squiggly lines.
As you begin to get close,
Take it to the boss.
Oh, I can't either. Show me where. Oh, we were men of the Empire of Bretonia. Looks like you are too.
The big man, the rest of them stay there. I don't like that fidgety little bastard with the red hair. I can tell he's got a snot on him. He's got nothing but look at his little grubby fucking hands. It looks like he's never seen a day's work in
Luther
his
hear
life.
this?
probably not. You guys are he's a pretty good distance away. It's just Wolfram and in the sky.
He is very soft and weak, but his heart is good and hard. Please
Very
take
well.
me to your leader so that we may.
No, I got to watch them.
He takes a pull out of a canteen basically, but just go over that encampment, ask for the Vulture. Boss will patch you right up, tell you what's what.
Labib, that's who we're here to see. Perfect.
Aye, Vulture.
Head over there.
All right. Good riddance. As he just kind of like takes another swig, slowly reloads his rifle. It wasn't even loaded after he shot.
How far away are they from us?
I'd probably say at least 100 feet, at least. Wolfram, you begin to move towards the small encampment. Two of the wagons. There are 3 wagons. 2 of the wagons have been kind of like made into a somewhat protective barricade, and you do see that there are several small black-fletched arrows sticking out of several of the pieces of wood that you guys would recognize at some point. Regardless, though, you get close, and a man steps out. He has he's blonde. He has a fine mustache and beard. His beard comes down and kind of like splits and like comes up on 2 sides. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. Yep. He's got one of those. Large chops. He's about 6 foot-ish. 6 foot-ish so. He has You technically Luther's taller. You know what? Now he's 8 feet tall. You know.
Damn it!
Luther. No, he's about 6 feet tall. He is wearing a breastplate, but he also has like simple leathers, tattered remnants of a cloak that's pulled around him, and it's white. That he has kind of like pulled around him. There is the breastplate looks old and not very well taken care of, and there is a emblem that looks like a sun on its chest that's beyond faded. Regardless, though, you walk up. He has a strange weapon attached, sheathed. It's a sword, but not like one you've ever seen. It's almost like a sickle, like a moon shape on it. And then it comes to a point, and it appears to be made out of some bronze-like metal. Doesn't look like anything you guys have seen up to this point. This is a Kopesh, native weapon to this area, but something that even within the city of Lashik you haven't seen people carrying around, and it looks old. It looks quite old at that. But as he sees you, so you thought you'd steal from us, would you?
Steal from you? We're here to help you into the city. The only thing I want to steal from you is the danger that you were in at this moment.
Let me see that. He points down towards the paper.
I hand it to him.
He takes it. His breath reeks. It stinks. As he's like, you see that he's chewing something like tobacco, but his teeth are black. And he reeks of alcohol and like decay. It's disgusting. He gives a bit of a chew. So Nazaro finally sent your ass out here. Well, he's gonna get a piece of my fucking mind. Got goddamn gobos that throughout these damn hills. We've been suffering raids every night. Where the fuck have you been?
You don't understand. We've been trying to get out here for 8 days, and Nazaro continually delayed us, but he finally allowed us to go so we can come and retrieve you and bring you to safety.
You know what? I don't even care anymore. You're just supposed to get us through the gates, we'll handle the rest. Let's go into some temples they got in the middle of the city.
Oh yes, I will definitely not only get you to the gates, but help you get to this temple and help you unload your goods if you need some. I see that some of your men are wounded, and
you ain't getting paid for this, man. You ain't getting a share of this. This is all us.
This is just warrior's honor. A warrior for a warrior. That's all this is.
Honor? What kind of man do you think I am? Some pompy knight?
I kind of lean in close. We have one of those. I know you're not one of those pompous asses.
Fucking knights, fucking wizards. You got one of those with you too?
Yes, we do. We do.
Really?
I
Bloody
speak
hell!
the truth. I will not. I will never.
What is Nazaro doing? Oh, you know, he's getting a piece of my mind. That he is. You best believe that, laddie. Fine. How you gonna get us through?
Let me call my men in here. We can use the ogre to right your wagon from your barricade.
got an ogre?
So we can get moving.
Well, why didn't you say so? We would have brought you in earlier. Bring him in.
I'm gonna go out, and if I can see him, I'm gonna say, "It's safe. Come in."
The guy with the rifle kind of looks back. You see that the vulture kind of makes a signal with his hand. You notice that he only has 3 fingers on his left hand. So whatever signal he's doing, it looks probably fucked up. Regardless, though, he does a little signal. And the guy kind of like shakes his head and just kind of takes a seat where he was and just begins drinking heavily again like he was before. The 5 of you regather at the entrance to the encampment. You see there's about 7 or 8 other guys that you see kind of gathered on the inside here. There's 2 other people standing watch. They look thin. Some of them are thin. Some of them are kind of like burly, muscular, mismatched crew of cutthroats is what they all look like. Honestly, you probably wouldn't trust these guys sleeping near them, to say the least, if you had anything decent on you. But the vulture gives out instructions. Have your ogre friend help us unhook the beast. We had to keep him safe. We had to put him in this cave over here. With Nog's help, they're able to rally the ox, attach them to the caravans once again, and get these wagons rolling.
Get these doggies rolling.
It doesn't take long.
Nice.
There's 3 wagons. He doesn't tell you what's in any of them. And he says, and he even makes a show of it. He says, "All right, men, any of them snoop around the wagon, you fucking kill them." "Yes, sir." They all answer resoundingly, and they kind of like smile to each other as they do.
Okay.
No offense, gentlemen. It's business.
Understandable. Our mission is not to rob you. Our mission is to help you.
Good.
Let us get going.
And just so you know, my friend, I want you sitting right next to me here on this lead wagon the whole time.
As he says that to Wolfram.
Oh, I guess my colleagues can walk then?
Of course, you're the leader. They're the walkers.
Yeah, I will say. Well, you men, as you guard either side. I will get up here with the vulture, and we will lead the way.
And should you not be able to get me through the gate, perfect opportunity for me to slit you ear to ear.
I don't like the way this man is talking.
Or I could blow your head off. We'll see what happens.
I like you, laddie. I like you. We'll see what happens, eh? As the wagon
How
slowly...
many of these men are there?
There's 12
11?
men. There's 12
men?
total, including the vulture. 12 total.
How many of them
How many
have
days
guns?
rations is that for Nog?
It's a good amount,
I'm
Nog.
just saying,
Now, I will say, Nazaro did not tell you to kill these men. Just gonna throw it out there.
I know.
I know, you know.
He didn't
We're not
say not
killing
to,
these men.
though.
But also Air Bud rules. He didn't say not to kill
He didn't
them.
say not to. Hey,
I,
you guys do
think-
you. You do you.
They've been awfully
I'm
aggressive
gonna-
so far.
I'm going to motion Luther closer and let him know we have got to get them to the city and inside the gates unharmed. Once we're in there, we want. I'm kind of gonna wink. We want our mission to work. We have got to do that first. So please,
Of course.
keep an eye on the others.
I'll do my best. Wolfram, how do you propose we get into the city? As you know, the guards there seem to take a joy in bribery and require fair amount to enter a city with a wagon load of materials. Um, any thoughts?
No, not at all.
Okay. I will discuss it with
You
the
are
rest
the
of the
thinker.
party.
You're the one who comes.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
I
Of
assumed
course.
you would have a plan.
Yes. Question. I know there is a sewer system in the sheep.
There is.
Is there a massive sewer system, like some sort of cistern we could sneak in, perhaps?
Could a
Cover of
wagon
night?
fit
With
into
the wagon?
sewer?
The problem would be the wagons.
know.
If you guys could attempt to move in, you could attempt to sneak around the walls. I will say none of you guys are smugglers. And you guys haven't been doing that kind of work, so you're probably not going to know of any secret paths under the wall. You could get around the walls by sea, but you would need some way to get out and around. There's no other way in, as far as you know.
I don't believe we have enough money to bribe our way. No? Could fight our way in, but that would be bad. The city guard and all.
Could we float the wagons?
Excuse me?
Just float them a little bit. Could we float the wagons if we go to the coast and float the wagons around the wall, and then and then drag them back up the beach into the city? I don't know. You are the man with the ideas. I'm just trying to think.
I do not think so. I'm not a seaman, but I'm afraid probably the tide would do nasty things to the wagons,
Mm.
the waves and such.
What about? Have you spoken to Henry or Lucian about this?
Not yet.
I must get back into up on top of the wagon while we're moving.
Of
So
course.
you guys stop
The
down here while
Vulture.
you walk.
Yes.
But come and tell me your plan.
Yes, of course, dear leader. And I will bow my head and back away. It's the cold boy I am, and go talk to Henry, Lucian, and Nog. Here's the situation, my friends. We need to get into the city. Wolfram has no idea what he's doing up there. I need to figure out how to get in. Any ideas?
How much
We
coin do you
could
think it
just
would
walk
take?
in. Walk right in.
Thank you, Nog.
There we go.
Perhaps that will work. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. I don't.
What
have
about
much
a
I have.
distraction? Can we make a distraction?
Perhaps we can make a distraction. Wolfram,
Are you
stay
not
up
a
there.
wizard?
I've got 28 brass left. It's not much. I don't think it will cover the cost of our 3 wagons. I'm willing to part with it. So perhaps I can charm them with my attractive looks. Perhaps Henry.
I do have
Well,
8
then,
silver.
I was saving it, but I have about 20 silver.
20 silver, maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
What if we tell them we took care of the greenskin problem?
It's not entirely true, but entirely wrong. I understand that.
I mean, we do
I
have
believe the
arrows
the
from
horde. Yes, I believe the horde was orcs and not goblins. Unfortunately, I think is the horde he's speaking of. But we did kill a fair number of them. I mean, Wolfram and I did. But yes, maybe that would work.
Do you have any proof that we killed them?
No, none whatsoever.
Perhaps if you had your necklace, you might be able to trade somebody.
I was a necklace of human skulls. I was sad to part with it, but I don't think the gate captain would have approved of such a gift.
So it looks like we're bribing our way in.
Perhaps we'll try. We'll try our hand at bribery.
I could suggest that they take the bribe. Suggest real good that they take the bribe.
You are an intimidating creature, Nog. They do
it's
have
fair.
numerous individuals with guns. Perhaps we keep that in our back pocket.
Suggest we don't threaten the city guard before they lock us out of the gates.
Exactly. That would be bad, Nog. That would be bad.
I'm just, thinking
Like I said,
outside
keep it
the
in our back
box
pocket,
here.
Nog.
Right, that's right.
Good idea. Keep it in our back pocket.
Back. The wagons are rolling.
Mhm.
Yes, we're walking and talking.
Yeah. At this point, you guys are approaching the main gate. You see the guard captain. The gate is open. He's kind of like standing in front of it.
Do we know his name?
I don't think he ever gave you a name.
Okay.
He says, back so soon. That horde's getting awfully close.
Praise your gin that we are safe. We have made it in time.
Of course. We see how quickly you make it in time, eh?
Surely something could be arranged, my friend. You are.
Of course it can. What can you offer a fine public servant?
I thought our party leader was up front.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Your woman was too.
The vulture nudges.
I've already.
Come on.
I've already asked the vulture if there's anything they can contribute to a bribe.
There's no fucking way I'm contributing none of my goods to this bullshit. This is the only job you fucking have.
Whatever.
Nog
I
really wants to.
I
eat that
lean
guy.
over and I'm talking to the guard, and I was like, "Now we're back soon because the greenskins they're almost right over the hill. Please allow us in so that we may get these wagons to go, so we can man the wall."
Oh, it sounds like we should close the gate right now then. Unless you can persuade me otherwise.
Be a shame to let all this firepower not assist.
It's a shame that my coin purse is so light.
I'm gonna read back. Luther, what money have you collected? I need
We
to
do have some money, of course. I don't know how much money everyone had. I would probably.
What are you guys gonna offer up?
I would probably say 20 silver seems appropriate.
20 silver? I need you to give me a check here, Luther.
Luther? Okay.
Yeah, Luther do it. Luther is the one kind of handing the stuff over. Or you know what?
Okay.
You guys decide who you want to make the check.
Can I
Is
give
it,
him the money?
a
Can I
haggle
give
or
him the
charm?
money? I want to give him the money.
What's the check?
If you guys want Nog to do it, I don't give a fuck.
What's the check?
Yeah, what's the check?
What's the check?
It's
I'm
gonna be
give him. I'm gonna offer him 20 silver with an intimidation check.
So it is
No.
going to be a charm.
Okay.
Charm.
Let's see,
All
sure.
right.
Wolfram is better at the charm than I am.
Yeah, I'm not that. That's not me.
All right. Well,
Now I will
does
let
say
me make sure I
this
have a
hasn't-
fortune point.
this hasn't come up yet. Social status can either penalize you or give you a benefit, depending on.
I'm silver one.
You're silver. You're considered silver. Okay, then you are
Yeah.
even. You're even with the guard captain.
Okay.
Here.
All right. I'm gonna take the bag of silver.
Mm-hmm.
I think perhaps this will fill your purse.
Okay. Give me a charm roll. Let's see how you do, Wolfram. Fingers crossed.
That's
I'm
good.
gonna use my fortune point.
Oh shit! Was that a failure?
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm gonna use a fortune point, my one fortune point.
Oh
No, he's only got
no.
one.
Oh, that is
Better.
23?
levels of success.
2 degrees of success. Well,
Mhm.
from you hand it to him, he says, it's a little light, but beggars can't be choosers, you know? Have a good day, gentlemen. Welcome to
Thank you, my
the
friend.
Sheik.
Thank you. Thank you,
He says,
Captain.
let him through, let him through. Right, he says it in Arabian, actually, so you guys wonder what the fuck he's saying, but regardless. You guys are let through the city gates. As you all roll in, one at a time, the rest of you walking, Wolfram's back sitting next to the Vulture. The Vulture clasps a meaty paw around your shoulders, Wolfram. Ah, he came through. Honestly, I didn't think you had it in you, lad. Very well, very well. I got a little respect for you, at least. I'll tell you what. You get us to where we're going. Safe and sound. First round's on me.
Perfect. You lead the way. Gentlemen, come. We're going to help them.
You're staying up here with me, my man.
Oh, I'm not leaving. I'm sitting with you. Yes.
Good.
The leaders always ride. Yeah.
Exactly. You got to keep them in the rightful place. You put the boot to them every once in a while. Bleed a
Right.
couple
That's
of
right.
them.
They must always know who the boss is.
Indeed they do, laddie. Indeed they do. As it slowly begins to rumble forward, you begin to maneuver your way through the lower section. You're on the verge of getting to there's several gates that lead through the seawall up to the upper section of the city. And where you want to go, the center, the Cult of Jin's headquarters, their main temple, is in the upper section of the city. You are probably a block or so away from the closest gate that will get you up. As you're going, and there's just normal business going around. The streets are not as packed full of people today as they usually have. The current thoroughfare that you're on is not paved by any means. It's more just worn dirt. The houses are still in disrepair, very run down part of the city. You see that there is a merchant has set up like a food cart. There are 2 individuals, looks like they're haggling over like some apples, or some other kind of like exotic fruit. They're kind of haggling over it. There appear to be several beggars, you're not even sure how many, just kind of like lining the streets. There is a single city guardsman kind of walking down the street, in accompaniment with what appears to be a younger man, garbed in blues and reds. And he's got a strange-looking staff with him. And you'd recognize the emblem on the staff as the Cult of Jinns. He begins to wave his hand and his staff in the air as he sees all of you. Ah, thank the god! Thank the Jinns that you have made it! Hey. And as the Vulture begins to, like, squint his eyes, you know anything about this, huh? He's talking to you, Wolf.
No, not really myself. No, not really.
Now, we's
This is
told
just a job.
to go to the temple. Are we passing it off here?
No, we're not passing it off here. We're going to the temple. We're not doing a side mission or something here.
There's a fucking
Just to get
priest
them
here
an
waving us
address.
down.
Tell him he can escort us there. He can escort us then.
As he begins to slow the cart down because the city guardsman like pulls up a hand telling you to stop. As the carts come to a stop, the Vulture kind of leans over. What can I do for you? The younger man He says, I am Ismed, a humble acolyte of the Court of the Jinn. The head priest has asked me to come and take the merchandise from you to the temple. He
Oh,
kinda
perfect.
looks-
You can lead the way so we can take it to the temple.
No. You misunderstand. I am to take it personally.
You will personally take it with us.
Now, I will personally. You will give it to me, and I will leave here with it.
Yes, once we get to the temple, we will give it to you.
His
You're
eyes.
offering payments up front?
Are you
right now?
moving to the side, Lucian, to speak to him?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of looks towards you. How about you just show me where our relic is? Let me at least verify you have what we need. The vulture
I'm
kind
going
of
to
looks
look
down.
at the vulture.
Yeah, he looks down. Huh. He's gonna make a check. The clergyman's gonna make a check. Oh man, I don't want to. Okay, so the vulture leans down. He goes. He kind of furrows his brow for a second. He watches like a bead of sweat drips down like over his eye. And he says, all right, show him the wagon, boys. They all look stunned. I said show him the fucking wagon. They bring him to the middle wagon. The one right. So you're in the lead wagon. So this is the middle wagon, Wolfram. They move to it, and then the vulture stops him and says, I said the fucking real wagon, but gents. They kind of look again. They move up to the wagon you're sitting on top of, Wolfram. They unlash the back, and there is a large chest inside with a massive lock on it. The acolyte... Yes, Luther.
Do I see the winds of magic flowing around this person?
Give me a perception check. You can use your magic as the base, whatever you use for your magic.
Okay. That's not very good. That's going to miss. It's 2 levels of failure.
2 levels of failure. It's hard to tell. Luther.
All right.
The man in question sees that he begins to run his hands over the chest. I must see the merchandise. I must see it all.
Who is this man?
He's dressed like a priest, Luther. But the vulture hops down, walks back to the chest, pulls a key off of his belt, inserts it into the padlock. It cranks open. He shifts the lid open, revealing a black oil lamp just sitting inside like a cushioned like treasure chest, basically. It's the only thing in it.
Lucian, I do not like this.
The man smiles.
Now put your hand on that man.
As Nog moves to put his hand on that man, he smiles and turns back and whispers, "You don't want to do that, friend." Nog, I need you to make a let me see which check this is.
What am I doing?
Hold please, Nog, while I
Oh.
prepare for the butt fucking.
Oh, no.
I need you to make a cool test, Nog.
Oh, interesting. Why isn't it showing up? 53.
Mhm.
That is the button. Like,
Right on the money?
yeah.
Okay. With just a success. We'll 50-50 it, since you made a success, I don't want to take it away from you. Nog, you feel something encroaching in your head and you stop for a moment. And suddenly you feel the need to turn around and perhaps put your hand on Luther's shoulder instead, but you resist the urge, and instead you just do nothing for a moment. Some kind of glamour was being placed on Nog's mind.
No, I just look very confused.
As the priest sees that it didn't hold, he says, "Kill them all!"
Oh,
As
shit.
he says that, you watch as every single beggar stands up. The apple cart tips over as the merchant and the two passerbys, as well as the city guardsmen, draw weapons and move towards all of you. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Ah, oh.